Hi everybody,
It's Mrs. G here, and today we are going to do a summer poem in our writing. Now, I know that it's only been summer for a few days, so we're only in June, on the 9th day of June. But we're going to think about all the things that are different now that it's summertime. And a good way to help us to start with is to think about all of our senses and how we can experience summer in different ways through our senses. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, I know all of my senses. And then you can give me some help. Some of you may be thinking, I know a couple of them, but I'm not too sure. I might need a bit of a recap. And some of you might be thinking, I don't know what you're talking about, Mrs. G. Well, don't worry, we are going to have a little look at them right now. Now, some of you may know we have 5 senses, and a good way that's going to help us is by thinking about our hands, because we have 5 digits on our hands. So I'm going to draw a hand to help us along. So I need my pen. I'm going to draw around my hand. You could do this at home if you want to. There we go. There's our 5 senses. So, can you think of one to help us to start? That's right, we're going to start with touch. So all the things that you can touch and you can feel, either with your fingers, maybe how things feel through your hair, maybe things through your toes, all to do with our touch. What's another type of sense that we can talk about? That's right, how things taste. So maybe you can think about all of the lovely, lovely food that remind you of summertime. Maybe some of the icky, not very nice, disgusting food to do with summertime. So we have touch, taste. What's another one that you can think of? Oh, that's right, smell. So what things can you smell in the summertime? Again, maybe it's some lovely, lovely smells. Maybe some not very nice smells at all. Touch, taste, smell. Let's have a think about another one. That's right, what you can see. And we call this one sight. And our last one then, we've got touch, taste, smell, sight, and things that we can do with our ears. That's right, what we can hear. That's right. And some people have very good hearing, and sometimes people may struggle a little bit with their hearing. So, all the things that we can experience with our listening. Okay, so here's our 5 senses then: touch, taste, smell, sight, and hear. Now what we're going to do, we are going to have a look at a poem that I've started to write. And I've done 3 verses for you. However, I'm going to need your help with the last verse. Do you think you could help me? Fantastic. So here's our poem. And I've called it Summer Senses. I'm going to put it on the board for you. Now, whilst I'm reading this poem, what I'd like you to do is try and see if you can spot any of our 5 senses that we've just talked about. So things to do with touch and feel. I'm going to write feel on there. Feel. Taste, smell, sight, and hear. So let's have a go then. It's called Summer Senses. Wave goodbye to the month of May as summer grows from spring. It's finally here. It's June today. So what will this season bring? I see the sky is bright blue, like it is in cartoons, with blobs of cotton wool clouds. There's towering trees, their arms full of leaves, standing so mighty and proud. I feel hot sand in my toes and some blew up my nose as on the beach There's a warm welcome breeze. The cool summer air dries my soggy wet hair from my deep diving swim in the sea. So then, which ones of our senses do you think we had in our poem? Let's have a look. So we said I see. Fantastic. So that one is our sight. Tick. The sky is bright blue. So is what we can see in the sky. With blobs of cotton wool clouds. It says there's towering trees, their arms full of leaves, standing so mighty and proud. The next one, it says, I feel. So that's to do with touch and feelings. We're going to tick that one off as well. I feel hot sand in my toes and some flew up my nose. Oh, so that horrible feeling when you get things stuck up your nose and you want to go, poof. As on the beach there's a warm welcome breeze and the cool summer air dries my soggy wet hair. All that feeling when the wind and the cold goes through your hair when it's all wet and soggy. Sometimes it's the same after you've had a bath or a shower as well. From my deep diving swim in the sea. So look, we've still got taste, smell and hearing to write a poem for. So let's see if you can help me with this. I'm going to move this over to here. So I think I'm going to start with what we can hear. So let's have a think about all the things we can hear. Maybe when we're on the beach and maybe when it's summertime. Can you have a think about some things? That's right. So one of the things that we can hear, especially that we find in the sky, whether you're at the beach, even in the playground, or maybe when you're outside or when you go shopping, you can hear the seagulls in the sky, can't you? And what noise do the seagulls make? That's right, they're very noisy and they go, ow, 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 ow. So I'm going to write that in my poem. I'm going to say, I hear the of the gulls in the sky. What's the next line that we could write about? If we've done about hearing, tick, we've got taste and smell. I think I'm going to do smell next. So what lovely, lovely smells, or maybe, ew, not very nice smells, can we think about in summertime? Let's have a think. I know one that I love when I go to the beach and the seaside. It's the smell of the fish and chips with the warm, hot batter. So I'm going to write about that. I hear the of the gulls in the sky. Let me change the colour pen. The hot fish and chips that have just been fried. Oh, yes. Lovely. And then the next one we have then is taste. So what's your favourite thing to taste, particularly at summertime? And hopefully some of you will agree with me. A taste that I really, really love when it's summer and when it's really hot outside is a lovely ice cream. So I'm going to write about ice cream, I think. I'm going to say, and when I taste my and let's think about a word to describe ice cream, because it's lovely and soft and smooth. I think I'm going to use the word smooth. And when I taste my smooth ice cream, I know one thing is clear. There we go. We've done all of the senses. So let's read it all through together then. It says, wave goodbye to the month of May as summer grows from spring. It's finally here. It's June today. What will this season bring? I see the sky is bright blue, like it is in cartoons, with blobs of cotton wool clouds. There's towering trees, their arms full of leaves, standing so mighty and proud. I feel hot sand in my toes, and some flew up my nose, as on the beach there's a warm welcome breeze. The cool summer air dries my soggy wet hair from my deep diving swim in the sea. I hear the arr, arr, arr of the gulls in the sky, the hot fish and chips that have just been fried. And when I taste my smooth ice cream, I know one thing is clear. And the last line I'm going to add, I feel so happy inside now that summer is here. There we go. Now there's one thing that I could just change slightly about my poem that I've just noticed from reading it through, and that's why it's really important to always read through your work when you're writing a poem. So here we go, we have hear, we have taste, but we've missed out the smell. So we're going to change it to the smell of hot fish and chips. So we're going to write the smell of hot fish and chips that have just been fried. There we go then, everybody. So that is our Summer Senses poem. So now what I'd like you to do is, if you can at home, is to write your own. Now you can either write it on a piece of paper, which is how I like to write it, or if you've got a computer or a laptop or an iPad, then you could maybe type a poem for us as well. If you do something where you've drawn some things on it, just like I have, just to add some nice little pictures, because it's always nice to see some artwork in your writing as well, then maybe you could take a picture of it and you could put it into your year classroom as well. Okie dokie. So there we have our summer poem, and I hope you liked it. And off you go now, it's your turn to write a poem. Bye-bye.